Alright everybody, today we are going to be taking a look at what is going on with Pokemon TCG and extending the rotation to early 2023. That's right, Pokemon has made that announcement on June 23rd that they will be allowing D-class cards to move forward further into it. So what does that mean for reprints in the Pokemon TCG? What does that mean for your actual gameplay in the Pokemon TCG? And what does that mean for your investments? Of course, that's the number one thing that you guys are concerned about. So today we are going to take a look at what's going on in that format and what's going to happen and what you can expect with this extension. So guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and last but not least, hit that like button. We can get 75 likes on this video. It's greatly appreciated, helps us out a ton, and of course, it's free for you. So be sure you hit that like button before you leave. Also, just a reminder that we are having our Rip and Ship still third Saturday of this month. If you guys want to just join, relax, have some fun, purchase packs while you're there. Of course, everything's available for you guys. The one thing I will warn you is that this month is going to be the last month that I'm going to do $4 shipping. I've done $3.99 now since we started doing this, but it looks like with the cost of shipping this last time, we're looking at more like $8, guys. Shipping is doubled. That just doesn't just include your standard box break stuff. This includes any kind of shipment that we're doing right now. Shipping finally went up. It doubled in price, so what was costing me about $3.60 to ship, about $4 with an envelope, is now costing me about $8 to $8.50. And let's be honest, guys, nobody can lose money doing this stuff, so we're going to have to bump that shipping. And I apologize if that's a problem. Let me know in the comments below. If I get enough people that are no longer interested in it, I might just scrap the whole thing. But we'll definitely keep her going for now, just to see how much fun we can have and just continue to open up these packs. Of course, I've got a whole bunch of booster boxes behind me, and I'm working on getting some VMAX Climax maybe the day of, and also Chilling Reign to add in the full spectrum of alternate arts, so we can have a little bit of fun and just see what we can get. It'd be a lot of fun. So other than that, guys, if you're interested, definitely hit that description down below and let me know in the comments if $8 is just too expensive. And I understand. I get it. I mean, it is a pricey shipping tag now compared to what it's been. But to move on today, we're going to be sitting here talking about Pokemon's announcement June 23rd of 2022, where they actually put out that they would be extending the rotation of D-class cards to early 2023. Now, what does that really mean? What's happening in this scenario? Well, if you guys play in the Pokemon TCG, and if you actually play in the meta version of it where you're actually in person playing, you know that a lot of times when there's a new set release, sometimes they extend out the old set. That way they have an opportunity to get the new meta in place and get everything released into your hands before they actually start retiring or removing the rotation of the older cards, which means there'll probably be a gap in the meta. So when it comes down to the playability of these cards, just for simple terms, there'll probably be a gap in the playability in the cards if they don't get Scarlet and Violet. And of course, if you guys haven't seen Scarlet and Violet yet, or these videos yet on Scarlet and Violet, I'm going to start covering some of it as we're getting closer down to the release of it. There's some great information on there already out there from the Pokemon Company and some other side places that are actually showing the meta version of this as we're getting closer to the Japanese release. So if you have not seen these videos, guys, definitely go check them out. There's some really good information on it. But also, as it gets released, it releases a new meta into the Pokemon TCG. And what's happening is that in the United States or English, we won't see that release until the beginning of next year for Scarlet and Violet, which means there may be a gap from the middle of September, roughly. So between usually the 1st and the 15th, the cards go out of rotation after Worlds in August. And thus, there might have been a gap from that point to when Scarlet and Violet was released. And Pokemon International decided to keep that meta in place in order for the tournament play to continue smoothly and continue to move forward. So thus, that's what's going on right now. Now, the one question I get is, or I've seen is, are there going to be reprints of these sets because the rotation's now extended? We expected August to be the end of it. Shining Fates is probably going to get its last reprint. We also had, Sword and Shield Base, Rebels Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, all on the way out as of the beginning of September. So does that mean that we're going to possibly see reprints of this? And guys, I would think no. There's no reason that the Pokemon TCG would go ahead and do more reprints of these sets. It's not going to benefit them because none of these cards are going to go into the first regional tournaments. They will be cutting them off before we get anywhere near this. This isn't the first time this has happened, and I want to say it happened between X, Y, and Sun and Moon also, that they extended it out a little bit just to give you that ability to continue to play. So if you go ahead and look at it, no, they're not going to do reprints. They're not going to be bringing out more product. They're not going to be throwing all these things through the ringer here this fall. They're just giving it an opportunity to continue to play for your reprints. No, you're not going to be able to get some more product. They're not going to be dropping out more Sun and Moon, or no, more Sword and Shield, not Sun and Moon, more Sword and Shield base. They're not going to drop more Rebels Clash on us. They're not going to go through these gambits of products here this fall. They're going to be moving out of rotation just as if they would in September. They will no longer be in print. And then these products will become more investable because, of course, there will be no more stock coming back of these things. So that also answers the second part of your question, which, of course, is yes, we will be seeing less, or we'll be seeing a more opportunity for the investment side of these products because as they go out of rotation, of course, stock no longer comes back. Some of these items that we've been waiting for to get lower in price are definitely going to become more investable at that point because now there's no new product coming. There's nothing to back this. We're going to have a bunch of new sets coming here with Lost Origins, and of course Scarlet and Violet base is going to be coming. We're probably going to have a holiday set somewhere in November, maybe early December yet released this year. So there's definitely going to be a lot of product going up, and at some point they just can't keep printing everything. And why would they? If it's not a tournament set, if it's not going to make it to regionals next year in 2023, it's not going to go to Worlds next year in 2023, why would they print more of it? They're going to focus on the products that are actually in rotation, going to be moving forward to next year's World so that the people that are tournament players can continue to get these products. So yes, it is going to be done for rotation. Yes, it'll be better for your investments if you're looking at those early year investments down there, Darkness Ablaze, Champions Pathway of Voltage, and back. There's definitely going to be some great investment opportunities coming up on that kind of stuff to definitely hold some of that product now. Now that we know that we're going out of rotation, now that we know that everything's cleaning up. So once again, guys, this is what we're really looking at is it's just a continuation to give that meta the availability, or tournament players the ability to not have a gap in how the playability is of these sets. And it's really not going to affect very much how you're going to play the game. It's just going to give us that bridge to get us to the new Scarlet and Violet layout for the meta, because there is that delay from Japanese to English. So they don't want to create that big gap. And then once we hit probably, I'm trying to remember if it's January or February, release the Scarlet Violet in English. When that happens, of course, then they will retire or remove that D classification, which I'll put next to me, where you can understand where that's coming from. Will be removed out of tournament play, and then you will no longer be able to use those in a sanctioned tournament. Don't forget, guys, my tournaments sometimes they'll play these cards for a long time. We have legacy tournaments. We're not doing sanctioned tournaments. You can definitely have fun using older decks to see if you could combat a newer deck with them. We have, legacy nights where we just enjoy and have fun. There's no regulations. There's no setup. There's nothing like that based on the actual game. It's just a fun night. So you could still possibly do that. Or if you aren't doing that and you want to, bring it up to your LGS manager. Sometimes they'll put one together for you. It's really not that hard to do. So other than that, guys, the next thing I'm going to put up here as a reminder, in the community tab, I put up a question. If anybody has any questions, I want to do a Q&A here this Friday. So right now there's 3 good questions up there right now that we will be putting on the Friday. If you have any questions, go ahead in the community tab and add it there. I'm going to keep that up. That's a series I think that'd be really good to be doing at least once a week, if not bi-weekly. I think it's a good opportunity to get some of these questions that people have about investment, about what's going on in the Pokemon TCG, where you should be looking for product, or what we're seeing going on the ground. There's definitely a lot of opportunities there, so go ahead and throw up your questions. And they don't necessarily even have to be Pokemon. If you got something with MetaZoo or whatever, go ahead and throw them up there if I got time. We'll definitely cover those also. It'd be a lot of fun to cover some different TCGs and definitely have those discussions as we move forward. So guys, hopefully I brought you guys some good information today. Hopefully this helps you understand what's going on and that your Pokemon investments aren't in danger. We're not going to be getting massive reprints. We're not going to be getting a ton of new product. This is just Pokemon creating a bridge to the new Scarlet and Violet set coming out. And that way the meta is not affected and the playability of these cards continues to roll smoothly, which of course is the number one goal of Pokemon TCG, is keeping the meta smooth, the tournament play smooth, up until that new set gets released. And then you will see the D cards removed out of rotation. So other than that, guys, hopefully that helps you out. If it does, of course, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and last but not least, hit that like button, guys. We can get 75 likes in this video. Greatly appreciated, helps out a ton, and of course, it's free for you. And if this information does help you out, as always, I will be putting up these 2 videos for you up over here for your information afterwards, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.